All right. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Comics News Today. I am Chester C. Busby III, and as usual, always happy to be here with you and the panel we have up here today. We have some really good articles. Denali did a good job in his news hunting, as always. But before we get to our panel and to you guys in the chat, just keep in mind of our links down below. Of course, the most important one is to our Fan Speak page on Facebook. Please go check that out and be part of it if you are not already. We're getting a lot of interaction from everyone, and that's wonderful. We also have links to me there on my Twitter and Facebook, and those are there for you to contact us and to tell me, hey, Chester, put me on the show. And Chester will do that. This is a place for the fans to speak out after all. And also, if you want to be part of the Drone Recorded Fan Edition, you can contact me and I'll put you through that process of getting involved in that. And it's really cool because we haven't had every week, but most weeks we do see a new face, and that's always nice. And of course, we're always surprised by the incredible levels of art we get out of that. So thank you all very much. I noticed that there's a booster over in the chat, and he's not in here with us. He says, "Hello, gentlemen, and a very happy birthday to our very own Pope Fire." Yes, our little princess has a birthday. It's very nice. I think there was someone else that had a birthday too, same time. I believe that was Manny's son, right? Little Rogue Fire, right? Pope Rogue, is that what he calls himself? But happy birthday to all the people who deserve birthday wishes. I agree on that. When is roughly? I don't know if you want to be specific. When is your the Dazzler's birthday? Oh, sorry. I apologize. Oh, gracious. Your thing just popped off. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Literally just dropped off. Let me get this back on. All right. Go ahead. You should be good now. So once again,
Yeah, well, here's the problem. She was born on Easter, so I
nice.
have to always stop and like do the math and go with let's see March, and then you know end of March. That must have been the end of March. 20
So you celebrate her
first.
birthday on Easter, no matter what day it falls upon.
No. See, yeah, and that's the problem. It moves around, and I knew it. I knew as soon as it happened. I was like, "Oh no, I'm never gonna remember this because I'm just gonna remember it was Easter." And which was really great because we had two names and to picked out possible for middle names.
Hmm.
And when that happened, I got my middle name back
Well, that's
basically. So
good.
we were going to
So,
go with a middle name that my wife liked,
uh
but all my kids have a Polish middle name because I do. And so the other Polish name I had picked out was uh, Christina with a
but you
K,
but you
and,
got Dazzler, so that worked out.
which meant well, right, yeah, which of course means little Christ, and of course it being Easter, it worked out great. So
There you go.
anyway,
That's true. That is
yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah,
All right. Well, Easter, that's not a bad
yeah,
birthday to have, I think.
yeah.
I'm on the longest day of the year. I'm a June
Oh,
baby. Yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good. That is good. See, because people that are born on Easter, I mean Christmas time, I would have an unbirthday. I
That's
would I
true.
would be done
Yep.
with this. I would be done with all this presents all at one time, Christmas presents, birthday presents. I do unbirthday right there in June when you're doing yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was lucky to be born on the solstice, if that means anything. It used to mean something, you
Half
know.
a
You and I enjoy the
Oh
history
yeah.
quite a bit, and we know that the solstice used to be the main thing. Well, actually, the spring equinox was the beginning of the new year, but the summer solstice was a big, big deal for a long time. We're talking thousands of years. And these days, people don't even how many people don't even know the solstice passes on them, you know? It's crazy
Oh, yeah.
when you look at
That's
if you
right, yeah.
understand the history of it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think
So
you're
things
gonna
are
have
going interesting. It's an exciting week, at least for us here, because FanSpeak is very well ingrained into Tales from Beyond the Gate.
this is true.
So this is exciting. I'm pretty pumped up. We still got some work to do. It's great. Oh, and yes, and before we do move forward, I do want to take a moment to say happy birthday, Pope Fire, as well,
Mhm.
directly from me.
There you go. That's nice. And yeah, no, we do have a lot of things going on with Tales from Beyond the Gate. But I'll tell you one thing I'm happy about is how far ahead of the game we are. because one thing we have gathered, us over here talking to all these Indiegogo creators, that is that they don't have much done when they drop the Indiegogo. They just plan to do it, which, to be fair, is kind of the way crowdfunding goes. But I'm really happy that we have so much of not only the stories, the art, but the logistics have been hammered on as well. So that's one thing for me that I'm really happy about. So it makes me feel more confident.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that was really nice. And of course, as usual, we are joined by the Denali Lama himself. How's it going, man?
Aloha! How's everybody doing?
Doing really well. I'm still curious, why do you use aloha seeing as you live on the East Coast? Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, but my grandfather he was stationed at Pearl Harbor.
Well, there you go. There's the connection. Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I actually lived over there for 7 years, and there are some really nice things about Hawaii. And then there's some things I don't like about Hawaii. But one good thing about Hawaii is there's a really strong comic book and tabletop gaming presence over there. There's a big group, a big community, and they're really pretty nice. And uh, dare I use the word inclusive? Because actually, that's one thing about Hawaii. It's if you go to New York City, you live in New York, you understand. There's every color, every nationality, every anything is there. Hawaii has a lot of that too. So it's kind of interesting because you do learn. I mean, I don't want to get into the whole tribalism conversation, but there is one positive thing to interacting with people from different places. You learn about different places, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
This,
yeah. Well, they do have all the military,
yep,
military guys are like that.
that's
Yeah,
true. Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
I
And
enjoyed
let's
it.
not give let's make sure we also give props to of the aloha to Edwin,
Oh yeah,
right? Because he was the one that tossed that out. He was on the Comicsgate streams, and so aloha has become a little bit of a Comicsgate greeting in some circles.
that is true. That is true, and it's nice. I usually say mahalo,
Yeah.
but I just have to be different, I
What?
Yeah,
guess.
alao malaho.
uh,
Aloha malaho. Yeah,
Oh.
Mahalo, mahalo.
malaho,
It just means
malaho.
thank you. It's
Yeah.
but yeah, no, a lot of people have picked that up, and it is kind of cool. Because that is one thing I've said before, and I'll say it again. All the aside of all the problems that Hawaii has, and it does have its problems. The one thing you can't say is that, especially the older generation Hawaiians, they are truly some of the kindest, nicest people you ever meet in your life. I mean, really good people. That's one thing I loved about living in Hawaii, actually, was because I was in charge of low income housing stuff. So I dealt with all kinds of different people, but I had opportunity to meet a lot of Hawaiian people, not necessarily because they were living in the places, which they were, but also because a lot of times they were in charge of them, right? And I was kind of like an
Hmm.
overboss type of guy, and they invited me to so many luau's. I mean, real, actual Hawaiian luau's and stuff. It was really cool, dude. I
Do they
really
have a lot
enjoyed
of
it.
they have a lot of comics over there?
They have multiple. I mean, I was living there, it was like five or maybe seven comic book stores. I don't know
A lot of,
now.
well, that's a lot of comic book stores. And what about comics news? Do they have a lot of comics news?
Well, they have Manny and they have Edwin, that I know of. But like
Oh,
like I said, there was a pretty big community actually, that you could get involved with. And they're really nice and inclusive and stuff. There's that word again. Nick W says, "Congratulations to Chester Busby for over 500 subs, dude. Thank you very much." We are over 500, and we are very, very happy and proud of that. We thank you guys for coming in and supporting us and being with us every day like you are. It is so cool. Of course, the race is to 1,000, and that's what we're looking at getting at one day. And we're just going to keep plugging around along and putting out this content, hoping you guys enjoy it. Keep in mind that you guys have any suggestions or things for us, just throw it down in the comments.
and you're
We
all invited.
and you're all invited. This is an open invitation. It is very true, right? An open invitation. Because unless you come up on here and you're absolute jagoff, you're welcome. If you are an absolute jagoff, though, we will boot you. Just understand that we have wrenches about, and some of them are not so nice. Particularly that
Yeah, yeah.
that booster fellow. He's very quick with the wrench. And I don't understand why he's in here chatting, but he's not in here with us. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump right into our news, shall we? Now, we have some very interesting things to talk about. We're going to start out with a real doozy, or one of those things just to make everybody happy. We want to start out with happy. So let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm gonna show
Okay.
this to you. Got to come over here and share with the panel, of course.
I want to talk about the Sci-Fi Channel TV show Happy either. So let's be
Oh no,
happy.
no, we're not. No. Although I like that. I watched that just recently. That was a lot of fun. Go ahead, Denali. Enlighten our viewers.
Brie Larson double downs, wants fewer men on Captain Marvel press tour. And this is from John F. Trent from Bounty into Comics.
Yep.
So she wants more inclusivities from non-white men, women in the press tour because
Handicap.
overwhelmingly, yeah, because overwhelmingly all the critics are white male.
Yeah.
And that's why you got all this bad negativity, and she wants more inclusivity.
Yes, and this is a true double down, by the way. She said this before, and she's saying it again in an interview she had with a black lady in a wheelchair because, inclusion, diversity.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Here.
But let me just real quick. We always mention John F. Trent here that there nothing but love for John. He gets flack, I think, because he's just reporting on this nonsense stuff. It's not his fault. It's not John's fault. We're not blaming John. Okay, just want to make that clear. And yeah, DeWolf, go ahead and rant if you'd like.
Well, first off, and I'd like to say hi to John. Thanks for joining us, and then I'm going to start my rant.
Hi.
I just here I am. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed it or not, but I've been sort of cheering on Captain Marvel. I've been trying to be
Yes.
more positive about it. I've been saying that she's a pretty gal. Let's give her the chance to see her out there. I love when she was smirking. The whole smile thing came up, and I'm saying, hey, no, she does good. She got a great smile. It's cool. I want to see this. And now I'm not sure if I'm being positive that she's enjoying it. Am I making her mad by actually giving her the critique in the review in a positive thumbs up manner? Right. And going along with that, where does John F. Trent come off writing an article about her? Is he a white guy? I'm not sure if he is, but if he is, where does he get off?
I know. Where does he get off? And
if I was there, if I did happen to have a press hat, and I was there, and I was trying to get a good interview with her and get a few words, and there was any other people around me, any other women or whatnot, I'd be considerate. We'd all be considerate, and I would try to include as many people and have them ask their questions as well. Crowd anyone else out. Although I guess at this point I would be crowded out. So it kind of feels bad for me. Kind of down on Brie for pushing me away, but I'm still behind you, gal.
Oh, well, there you go. Loyal dude. And of course, she's not the only person doing this kind of thing, dude. But I think that brings up two kind of questions. The first one being, she's constantly talking, and Emma Watson and others talking about women are not represented in Hollywood, and it's like, since when? What exactly are you talking about? I mean, if we actually went through, and I wish someone would do this. It's a lot of work, but I wish someone would do this. I would like to see someone go back and look at the history of film and write down all the famous women and all the famous men. And I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? Would there be more famous women or more famous men?
There's over the long history, there'd be a few more famous men.
You think? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I would love to see someone do that, put that data together, though, because I'm thinking at even if it might be a little disparate one way or the other, it's going to be barely disparate, right?
Here's the key point that you said. You said in Hollywood, right? That's where the problem lies. The problem does not lie out here in Middle America. In Middle America, we treat each other with common decency, and we treat everybody like normal. And women are women, or women, men are men. And we treat each other thus so, right? It's in Hollywood is a problem. Everyone in Hollywood is upset about this whole gender problem and how women haven't been able to. Guess what? You got a problem in Hollywood. Fix it in Hollywood. Don't preach to the rest of us. And that's where your problem lies.
Yeah, well, it's true, and I see you're in full rant form, which is nice. I'm happy for that. The second question.
I took a break. Yeah, well, I'm still upset about my own things that I'm working on, but here, but so I'm just pushing it out towards Hollywood because they deserve it
They
to
do.
rant
They
towards
do.
us to push at us and give us this angst when it's in their own place. Clean up your own backyard first before you come over here telling my kid whether or not he can have a candy bar.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
is
little
a
interesting research thing. Are you talking all films that were made, or like let's say go year by year and just take the 10 most
um
popular films, or is
I'm
that
talking about all films that were made. And then when I use the word Hollywood, I tend to, unless it's a specific conversation about Hollywood itself, I'm kind of using it as a metaphoric way of saying film. So yes, I meant all film worldwide. And
all right?
even
I'm
if
gonna
you
go do
wanted to
that. Give me a
isolate,
year. Give me
okay,
a year, and I'll go
okay.
do that.
No, because I'm thinking the data, you'd find it very interesting because just what's in my head, from all the stuff I've seen a lot of film, just like everyone here, I'm sure. And I'm really feeling this. It's probably leans a little bit toward the female over the male, actually, in truth. But my second question is this though.
You know what throws it off?
What?
This is what throws off the figures back towards the male side. Three Stooges.
Okay. Those five or
Wait,
six dudes. Yeah, okay.
wasn't there a girl one time that was subbing for one of the Stooges?
Oh man!
I remember in the 50s. You know,
Even if it's still one though, it's not. It's nowhere near.
Well,
You know.
one thing I do know in the beginning of film, in the very early stages of film, there certainly were more female successes than males. I'm not talking about all the people that have been actors. I'm talking about the successes, the well-known names, right?
Popular,
Yeah,
the
popular.
Mae West.
Sure.
Yep.
Jean Harlow, those kind of characters. And especially in the beginning of film, there was a lot more female than men, a lot more. But let me get the second question out. The second question is, you know, if it is true that there are more journalists or journos, as they seem to want to call them today, regarding film, if that is actually true, which I'm not sure it is, but if it is true, then the question is, why is that? All right, because there's nothing keeping a woman from doing anything. So, goodness gracious, in the West, a woman can truly do whatever she wants to do, and she'll get bonus and advantage for doing it. So, I mean, the question is, why aren't there more women involved if that is actually a truthful statement? Um, you know, that's my question.
Yeah.
the problem lies with Hollywood itself, like you mentioned before, and the
Or
practices that they have to jump through the hoops, so to speak, um, and kind of decorations. You know, the dark side of Hollywood that people don't talk about, the casting couch and all that stuff.
Oh, well,
You
I
know,
see. I see. Yeah, that could be. Well, we're talking about journalism, though. We're not talking about actresses. But I get that. But I think my point that I'm trying to make in an
well,
unsubtle
I mean,
manner is uh,
yeah,
is desire. Meaning they don't. There's just not as many women who are interested in being news reporters as there are men. It's just like with science. There isn't a lack of women in science because women can't do it. There's a lack of women in science because they don't care about it. They're not interested in it. It's not what they want to do. This is the point I'm trying to make. But
yeah.
Brie Larson knows best. Uh, Let me come over here and look at the chat real quick. I don't want to leave him alone. We got Dark Admiral March here in here. And he says, do you think that the comic culture in Hawaii has anything to do with the military base being there? I'm sure
Oh
it does,
yes,
dude. I'm sure it
yes,
does.
it does.
Yeah.
That's no questions.
So I have an addendum to my rant.
Uh-huh.
It comes from the Mrs. DeWolf man.
Mrs.
She
the
asks the
Wolfman.
question.
Yep.
Yes. I explained to her that Bria wants fewer white men on the Captain Marvel press tour,
Mm-hmm.
and so she asks, and of course, this goes out publicly. We have to make sure we know that. So this question is now floating out in the ether. Well, what if they're gay?
Yeah. What if they're gay?
Oh,
Yeah. She's just being very bigoted right now. I just don't.
mhm.
I can't
So,
even.
Excluding
Yeah.
white gay men just
Yes.
because they're
I
white.
know, right? It's just
Wow,
yeah. Wow.
the rabbit hole falls
You
deep.
know, I would maybe mention to Brie that she's a white lady, but I think that would offend her. Um, uh, Bo- Booster says it's Pope Fire's birthday, and she has me around her wee pinky. Sorry, lads. Yeah, okay, we know about that. Can I use the word? No, I'll get yelled at. Beowulf says, if I had no other reason to not watch this movie, that would be enough. Unless Marvel speaks out and condemns her for this, I will not be going to the theater. Dude, a lot of people won't. And she's been doing this right along. This is nothing new. We've been covering it. She keeps
Yeah,
coming out and talking. She can't shut her damn mouth. I mean,
and
Kevin Feige
Yeah.
must be having seizures, dude.
and she's the future of the
Oh,
next
yes.
phase of Marvel after this. So
You know
enjoy
what?
Endgame. Enjoy Endgame because that's going to be the last great Marvel
Well,
movie.
I don't believe that, but um, the last Orion
Mm,
says this just in: humanity wants less Brie Larson on Captain Marvel. Pressed her. Tim Gear, oh, Gear, Tim, you got to come on our show so I can learn how to pronounce your name, please. Okay. Bree's bio suggests she is 5'7". I just don't see it. Shortest superhero ever. Actually, I didn't think she was that tall. But maybe she is. But those bios are full of nonsense. We know that, but I guess it doesn't matter. Tim
Jerry
continues.
Yeri?
Probably. I think it'd be better for me just to shut up and not say anything. 'Cause,
Okay.
it would be if it were true for women. It should next to Samuel Jackson, and she just seems the tiny next to him. Kind of goes against the war picture of Miss Marvel. Yeah, yeah, she's a little bit. She doesn't have the physicality of it, true. But then again, on that point, Gal Gadot doesn't really either. Even though Gal did a better job of getting herself in that shape. Yeah, and Sam's not the very tall person himself. Let me try to catch up real quick here. George is
pretty
in
tall
here.
for a 70-year-old.
Yeah, no. Wow, he just, black don't crack. That's what they say. George, before the 1970s, it was 50-50 men and women actors. After the 70s, it became more men than women. Okay. But I think in the early parts of
Whoa.
film, it was actually, more females. But I'm also talking about who were famous, who made a name, who's getting recognized. Tim, they just use camera tricks. That's true. To make her look bigger. Nick says, I was always
Uh,
a Monica Rambeau fan, but Marvel kept pushing to Carol Danvers. Yeah, no, that's true. The other Captain Marvel, which no one talks about. Why is that? I really want to move on from this story, but why did we not
yeah.
talk about Monica Rambeau? What's the deal? I mean, she was Captain Marvel for quite a while, actually,
Woman of color. It's
as
time.
well. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And she was good. Yeah, we loved it. Can we move on?
yes, let's move on.
Or wait, can we move on to John Dillard?
We can. Who is gaming the system?
I'm sorry.
You got
What's
something
that?
to say, John?
I don't. I was actually just looking up Tim Guerrieri's YouTube to see if he pronounces his name. He does not.
Oh, yeah. He puts it here. He says Guerreri. Guerreri. Thank you very much, Tim.
Great.
Because it would have been cool if
Yeah.
you came up here and said it yourself. Guerreri. I got it. Guerreri.
Great.
Okay, awesome.
Right.
Sorry about that. Those Italian names get me all the time. But I want to move on to another story from that I feel is kind of related
Yeah,
to this a little bit.
we spent like half an hour.
Go to a happy place. I'm going to my
Yeah.
happy
Well,
place.
I don't know about. I don't know about. Okay, we'll go to happy place. Well, I don't know if that's a happy place. I don't know. Let me find a happy place. Hold on a second. This is another happy place. Oh, I know it's a happy place. This is a happy place. Here
Just
we go.
go.
Denali.
Oh,
Ah, okay. Kevin Smith thanks Marvel for letting him bring new Howard the Duck TV series to Hulu.
See, that's happy place, and it's Kevin Smith, so we know it'll be all emotional and cry like, and just loving everything, because that's what he
Smoking
does.
pot.
Yeah, well, the dude,
Yeah.
all he does is smoke pot and cry about stuff that's upsetting him. Poor Kevin.
yeah. The best thing that Kevin Smith ever did was stay quiet.
Oh,
True.
that's why I love Silent Bob.
But I do love Howard the Duck, though. That's a great comic book, and the movie, it gets some flack from some people, but I love that flick, dude. And,
Yeah, this news really is bittersweet, because I want Howard the Duck. Kevin Smith, yeah, you're right. He's been flaky, currently, over the years. Then in a TV series, that sounds good, but just on Hulu, well, no, I'm not. I don't watch Hulu. I'm not sure about how many other people do. So it's a smaller audience.
Mhm. Well, this is interconnected, and I wanted to show this first because I was going to go right from the Brie Larson story to the Hulu story, but I thought we'd talk about this real quick first because, for me, yay, don't screw it up. I hope it's cool. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
don't
to it.
screw it up. Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and I have nothing against Kevin Smith. I like Kevin Smith. He is way too sensitive though. I don't know, he's taking too much estrogen or drinking too much soy. I don't know what's going on, but he cries at everything. He's lost control of his masculinity, I think. But whatever. I don't think he's going to disrespect Howard the Duck. He's going to do it. He's going to do Howard the Duck. I have a feeling though this is going to be animated, and therefore
It
pushed more
is.
toward kids. Therefore, it's not going to be really Howard the Duck because Howard the Duck should be raunchy, R-rated stuff with
What?
nude
Well,
women running around.
Adult oriented Howard the Duck animated series.
Well, it
yep.
should be. It says that. It says that. But how adult? Because when I go over the Hulu thing, you'll see what I mean. I'm not sure. I hope they do. I hope what they're saying is true here, because I don't know. If they stay true to the comic, it'll be really cool. Do you like Howard the Duck, John?
I do like Howard the Duck, but I do see Howard the Duck as kind of like a comic version of Benny Hill, and I don't think this is going to work.
It might
Yeah.
not. Well, with that said, let's jump over the Hulu story because these things are directly connected here.
Because I'm
Just
not sure I can put that on my play bill.
And honestly, I nobody has Hulu, and this is not going to make me get Hulu.
no, no. Although there is a huge list of stuff that is coming out, but then again, they do tend to fall on places which have are Métis people involved. But so you'll be able to see it no matter what, is what I'm saying. Although I do not promote that. Okay. But anyway, let's look at this one real quick. Go ahead and just read the title off, Danelli.
Right. So this is Hulu present upcoming original series Catch 22 Shrill the Act, ramming in the official Sundance selection documentary Ask Dr. Ruth at 2019 TV's Critic Association Winter Press Tour. But none of that is what we really want to talk about.
No.
What we really want to talk about is Hulu and Marvel Television strikes new partnership to bring 4 new adult animated series in an anime special to Hulu's original slates.
Just off the top, though, I just want to say Dr. Ruth is still alive. Oof.
Yes.
I mean, she was old in the 80s.
And still talking about
terrifying.
how to have sex.
Yeah. No, she's a sex therapist, and it's a scary. It's like listening to Dr. Ruth is kind of like having a conversation about sex with your mom. No.
You're
grandma.
off topic.
I am off topic, but damn it. Okay. Anyway, let's focus. All right, here we go.
Focus.
Yeah,
Marvel.
focus.
What?
Yeah,
Focus.
I'm just going to get through them real quick. Reprisal is a hyperkinetic revenge tale finding a relentless female femme fatale. Of course it is.
That's not it.
I know.
That's
I'm
not it,
getting
but-
to it. The great
Yeah.
John. We have Jen the Great is talking about how Catherine the Great went from nothing to something. Okay. And Ellie Fanning. Ooh, nice. Let's see here. Coming down. Oh, here we go. Now, Marvel's MODOK. Now, before we get into this, real quick, MODOK, good guy, bad guy.
Bad guy.
Bad guy. I mean, not just a bad guy, like really bad guy, right? Maniacal,
Yeah.
crazy bastard, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's gonna be a hero now. We also
He's
have-
not a protagonist. Yeah.
well.
They're making a
Yes,
protagonist
they are.
who struggles to maintain control of his evil organization and demanding family.
Oh, it's so.
Oh
bad, dude.
no.
It's so
More
bad.
I'll watch
God.
Despicable Me if I want to see a cool bad guy with a bunch of minions.
Yeah,
That's
well,
that's
what
gonna
it
be a-
is.
Yeah.
This is going to
A
be like
big
a
head.
Sopranos style thing.
Maybe. But he's a good guy because, as you'll see, you'll see. Marvel's Hit Monkey, I have no clue what this is. This is some Japanese snow monkey. Those things are nasty,
Raw.
by the way.
Yeah.
But an American assassin in Tokyo underworld. I see words here. So, okay. Next, Marvel's Tigra and Dazzler show. That might be cool. Of course, they might
A
be.
story about 2 woke superheroes and best friends, Tigra and Dazzler, as they fight for recognitions along the power people who make up the 8 million stories in Los Angeles.
Hey, John.
Yeah, girl
John.
power.
What odds you got to give me that Tigra and Dazzler are in a lesbian relationship? Give me some odds on
Well, it already. No, I'm not gonna bet you. It already says right here they're woke, so they have to be lesbian.
that. I'm sure they are. Wonderful. Well, I know they've already made Dazzler lesbian. They've already did that, which doesn't make any sense. And Tiger, of course, I don't know what they're going to do with this because they've made Tiger more. Or is that no, they haven't done that. Yeah, no, it's going to be silly. Then we got Howard the Duck, which we already talked about. Then we have this right here. This is what I was getting to.
The special.
Yep, here we go. Marvel's The Offenders is a story in which nobody asked them to. And we'd be better off if they didn't. But Modoc, Dazzler, Tiger, Hitmonkey, and Howard the Duck are all forced to team up in order to save the world and certain parts of the universe. Mhm. Yep.
And you hear a collective facepalm.
I'm literally face palming. And you know what else? You hear that? You hear the
With
story
their
about the train
heart
wreck.
combined, they're the Offender Scouts. Yay, diversity, inclusion, compassion, and kindness.
Cecil reference in the house. All right.
So this is in fact it's going to be like an animated version of series with the Defenders.
Probably.
Is that what
Yeah.
they're going for?
No. Well, I guess
and-
so.
And speaking of that, The Rat was interviewing the vice president of Hulu, Craig Irwin, and he said, yes, depending on how things go, they might get Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist to move over and be revived on Hulu. So yay
No.
for that.
It just can't work because, okay, it says woke. It says the Dazzler and Tiger is woke. Okay.
Mhm.
That's not the only woke people here, right? It's being made by people that want to make them woke and combine them with all these other stories, which means Howard the Duck will be woke and MODOK will be woke.
Woke
Okay.
beyond belief.
Oof.
He's been enlightened.
Yes. So you've got this. I guess is he kind of disabled with the big head, tiny body thing going
Probably,
on? I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
It's his wokeness, and then how do you woke Howard the Duck?
Yeah,
This
no,
is like saying
Well,
Andrew
essentially,
Dice Clay.
what it
We want.
do is they're going to have this Dazzler and Tiger person going around and scolding everyone that's not being woke.
well, especially because
She's
Howard
gonna
is,
dazzle her with her righteousness. She's gonna be like Brie Larson. I'm dazzling how superior I am.
It's like
because
teaming
you're-
up Andrew Dice Clay and Brie Larson and putting them in a movie and it working out.
That's exactly what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if they voiced the animated shorts as well.
I mean,
yeah,
come on.
yeah. Well, and Howard, he's very problematic to use one of the words because Howard the Duck is always looking to get his beak wet in more ways than one.
You know,
You beat me to it.
he'll dip in anything.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I do want to cover this over here. Jiminy says, Marvel doesn't talk about Monica Rambeau because she's better and black. Hashtag racist. Get him, Jiminy. Why not Disney streaming? Well, that's a good question, but keep in mind that Disney does own what, 60-70% of Hulu now? They bought another big
Yeah.
chunk.
Yeah,
so
they're getting all of Fox shares, so that's 2/3.
maybe it's their Vertigo where it's their test pit.
Remember, these are adult animated shorts, so Disney Plus more family oriented show. This is more adult,
Yeah,
quote
that might
unquote.
be it too. Maybe they go hardcore.
Which is just going to be the thing for being crass and
Let's have some fart jokes.
Or
Because-
or
and
queef jokes
queef.
even.
Yeah, a lot of queef jokes.
Comic book
yeah,
Bob
woke
says
doc.
Hitmonkey
Thanks,
was a
Dave.
stupid comic. Well, I didn't read it, so thank you for enlightening me. Valen says, shouldn't Disney be using these properties to help boost their new streaming service off the ground? Yeah, well, maybe they're going to go ultra, R-rated with it, and they probably wouldn't want that on Disney itself. But I don't know. Is it a test ground? We're not sure. We'll see. How horrible are they?
Right.
Booster seems to think the only lesbians he likes is in HD. All right then.
Mhm.
General Max Asagio just jumped in the air screaming, "Yay!" Wokadoc. Modoc, Wokadoc. I get it. Woke, I think they misspelled broke. Ooh.
No,
ooh,
no,
ooh,
no,
nice.
no.
The last Orion. Nice.
I think they were. I think they were like. I don't think they meant to even write that woke. It's Flutius slip. It's like, hey, if you really had any misgiving about these 4 anime shorts or TV shows, don't be misgiving. These are woke. They're
Well,
woke.
Degenerate. That's what comes to mind. It's degenerate. You're gonna have an audience of degenerate people that are gonna like it.
Well, these progressives, and note that I use the word progressive and not liberal. These
Mhm.
progressives really enjoy degeneracy.
Oh,
It
oh wait.
seems to be a
Regression.
badge of honor
Time
for
out. Time
them,
out.
right?
Yeah, before you go, Tiger and Dazzler, written by Erica Nova and Chelsea Handler.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, goodness, I didn't even see that part. Damn, that hurts.
Boom.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chelsea Handler. Yeah, so it will have revulsion types things. I mean, she's
You're
a funny writer, funny
you're
person.
you're gonna have man eaters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch
Oh
it.
my God. What did I say the other day, DeWolf? Tampons in hand. Tampons in hand. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But
So we have someone that makes fun of small people all the time. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's funny. Good. Oh my goodness.
Benedict Yates says, Chester, you like the women with the crazy eyes. We need to set you up on a date with Ocasio Cortez. I would rather commit suicide with a dull spoon, dude.
Oh, there's
Is-
got to
is-
be something good.
Isn't that Saku? Anyway, I'm gonna stop.
Seppuku, yeah. But
Yeah, seppuku.
no, that's okay. Next, let's move on.
Next.
Now this is we need this. We really need this. This is a teaser trailer. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, we're gonna watch this trailer. It's gonna make us feel better. Although keep in mind, this is from Tommy Wiseau, which is one of the biggest idiots, out of touch humans that maybe has ever been created. But
Yeah.
let's
Wait,
have
wait. Does that say horror? Are we gonna watch a trailer for horror?
It says
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Ooh, it's almost like whetting your appetite for wanting more horror
Yeah,
stories.
possibly something beyond Gates, maybe.
Yeah.
But Tommy Wiseau is such an idiot that this is going to be comedy. It's not going to be horror, dude. This guy is truly out of touch with reality. I mean, everyone understands that, and I kind of feel bad for him because he's had so much success for being so horrible. I think it's not helped him to move on and improve himself, you know. But anyway, enough of my
People
Dr.
keep
Ruth,
giving him money.
or Dr. Phil maybe even. Yeah, let's watch it.
Mm. We're watching it.
Hey guys,
Oh, hi.
Oh
Patrick.
hi.
Benny.
This is Tim and Georgie.
Uh-oh.
A few beers, chilling, just having a good night.
Hey, you're wearing my hairstyle. She is wearing my hairstyle too.
Oh.
Oh,
Friend.
Oh, need to work
Oh.
on that sound, dude.
What did you do? Are you okay? What did you do? Come on, Tim. Your car's this way. It's over this way. How's your face feel? Feels good.
from the creators
Uh-oh.
of the room
Uh-oh.
comes.
So this is a major flood and there's no debris and there's sharks. Tommy went.
I wet my pants. The big shark.
It's like hot drip.
Oh, see? Oh, again. He hit us again. Oh
double
my
the
God,
shot.
Tommy. You are so out of touch, dude. And that's why we love you. But
That's a great shot of the shark. The people flailing out of its mouth.
oh no, Tommy was so. But of course I was joking a little bit about Tommy. I mean, he is a very delusional human, but it's true. But he understands and he can have a good laugh at himself. Actually, he's not one of those overly sensitive dudes. It seems, because I don't know about you guys, but I've seen him in many interviews, and he takes a piss out of himself. So I'm sure he'll approach this in the normal way he did, and it'll be a brilliant comedy that he didn't even see coming. So, you know.
Right.
You feel better, John? You feel better?
I don't even. What the hell did I just watch? I don't know. What are we watching?
Tommy Wiseau. You know the guy that created The Room?
I'm gonna be honest. I never even seen The Room.
I don't bother. It's really horrible.
No.
A lot of the Hollywood types like to say how it's so bad, it's awful because it's artistic, and they do some stupid drool nonsense comes out of their mouth. But no, it's absolute crap.
And this is
Don't
like,
waste your time.
You'll
Okay.
tell me apart, shark. That's name, Lisa.
Oh, dude, that's going to be in there. That's going to be in there. You're tearing me apart, shark. Oh, hi, John.
Oh, look.
Hi,
Oh, the
Mark.
shark is tearing him apart. We
Yeah.
got to stop from him tearing apart.
No, but John, then I
Oh,
don't know
hi,
if you guys have
Greg.
seen it yourself, but The Room is considered possibly the worst movie ever made, but it's got a cult following over the years because it's so ridiculously bad. It's just funny. That's what
Coming
The Room
soon
is.
to the riff track.
So he's trying to capture that lightning in the bottle of the tornado sharks.
Nah, it would seem so. Who knows? It's just I thought it would be a good laugh. So moving on, let's see. Let's do something completely different. We want something a little fun or a little serious. What do you guys think? A little fun.
Oh,
How about this
Okay.
one? This is a little fun because Denali.
Hello, Doom Patrol. DC Universe Doom Patrol Episode 1 photo release.
Yay.
So they're tired of being cooped up at the mansion.
damn, what the hell is going on? What is this?
once the chief goes away, they go out night of the town, and it doesn't go well.
Could they possibly look more dumpy? I mean, that's just the first word that screams to my head, dumpy, right? Particularly this girl here on the right, but all of them are just kind of dumpy. my. Now, if they're going pure comedy for this, it could work. If it's a pure, straight up comedy, just having a laugh, making a parody, it could be fun. But I don't think that's what they're doing because with Titans, these guys made a guest appearance on that show because they knew they wanted to do a spinoff, and they weren't trying to be. It was funny, but they weren't trying to be funny. So I don't know, man. But it's horrible. What a horrible photo. Why would you release this to the public?
Oh, it gets better as you read the article. It says
it looks like four
Doom
kids
Patrol
going trick or treating, dude. Come on.
It does look like just 4 kids just standing in the road.
Hey, it's a sneak peek of Stranger Things. Guess who's who? But yeah, they get the call of action from none other than Cyborg. And that's why he's not with the Titans and with Doom Patrol. Because he's his motivation. You know what that means. Cyborg will die.
Now, I have a question for you guys because I have no. I mean, that's cool what he said, and who knows what the show will be. But here's the thing: I have seen many times on the internet. I went to a con once myself here recently, and I have seen cosplayers pull off better costumes than this.
Yes,
much better. I mean, way better. And it's like,
and you know what else?
They're a citizen. They're just a normal person. Why can't you do that? I don't get it, dude. Go ahead.
You know what else? There's the chat just kills me.
The Wolf King finishes minutes.
There's no style. Okay, you mentioned cosplayers. Yes, cosplayers have better costuming. They also have style. In this, like John said, just go stand in the street like a bunch of trick-or-treaters that have no style, that you don't know what you're doing, right?
But we don't know what we're doing.
There's not a leg kick back, a shoulder forward, a head up, like, any action going on.
So it's static, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Static Shock.
Yeah. Oh, now that would be, see, I would love to see them do a live action to that. That's, I don't want to get into that tangent too bad, but there you go. You have a black character which you're screaming and yelling about diversity, who's pretty cool. I like the Static Shock story comic books. I thought they did a good job. Different character, unique. Make a live action of him. What are you people doing?
So I'm going to translate. Dazzler in the chat says, "What movie is this? Star Wars: The Last Jedi?"
Oh wow! Ouch.
Now is that actually Dazzler, or is that you just being Dazzler?
It is Dazzler, and I'm gonna I have to go in there and actually change the account name for her.
Oh, okay, good. Because I just wanted to make sure how do I interact with it. Because if it's you just kind of playing, then I'm going to interact with you quite differently than I interact with her, obviously.
No, she's hiding out in the other room.
Okay, cool. Nah, she's a cool kid. I like her, dude. Very young, but very clear mind. It's nice. So welcome, Dazzler. We're very happy to have you here, and make sure that you chide your father as much as possible. Okay. But
Moving on.
which
And
no, well,
John.
I'm
Don't
not
forget
moving
John.
anywhere, Denali. What are you talking about moving on? There's no moving on. We're right here. Let's look at the
Wait,
lady on the. Hold on. Let's look at the 1950s prostitute on the left, and
what?
and tell me how bad is that? I mean, she's literally just standing there, square-footed. Oh my God, dude! Look at that costume. Look at her. There's zero energy in this picture. Look at the freaking Invisible Man. He's like he needs a coffee and wants to go to
Negative, man.
sleep. What the hell is going on here? John,
He's
help me.
like,
I can't make heads or tails of this thing. Dude. It looks so bad. It's like I don't know. It's like they have these properties. They want to do
John-
something with them. They really do, but they don't have the budget or they don't have the desire. I don't know. I don't know what this is.
they don't have the budget. I don't think they have the budget for it.
But you can do. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
this is just bad.
looking in comparison, Disney has already spent $1 billion on the production and setup costs for their Disney Plus streaming.
I get that, but it just seems like there's just
And,
you need
yeah,
to
yeah,
find somebody
but-
that really has a because I get that you can't spend the kind of money on a Spider-Man or a Batman,
Sure.
Gotham TV
Well-
show
well,
on the what is this? This is not Defenders. This is the
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
And
DC, man, DC.
What kind of budget was there for Firefly?
Yeah. hmm there's a
'Cause-
lot of things you can make mention like that, DeWolf dude. This
Right.
this is laziness. This is lack of passion, for sure. Tim
it really is.
Guerreri-
It's like you get that one person in your department that will stay up at night and work on these costumes the night before. They just don't have anybody like that working for them at all.
No, obviously they don't, and there's no passion. And of course, you know what? You know why you're getting that? Socialism. Tim Guerreri
Yeah.
says, "I thought she was a flight attendant." I see it. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I just think that is so
Yeah.
hilarious, dude. I don't even care what the article says. Who cares what the article? Look at that. That's LED.
I think there's more. I think there's more pictures. as well.
I checked it. I didn't see any. Yeah, I was looking. Oh no, we don't. We got more. Oh, let's have more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So she's 50-something lady superhero. Cool.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
glad they're,
so you know what
they're
we
bringing
see
the
here?
elderly in. That's nice.
This is that panel in the comic book in which they're sitting and talking,
It is.
right?
This is all the budgets we have.
Although it looks like a great shot. I think that looks like a great shot. Oh, look, they're sitting and talking again.
Yeah. Sitting.
Is this a
talking.
period show or does this take place in modern times?
Takes place in modern, whatever time it is for this DC universe streaming.
I do have to say, the
thing.
first thing offhand I'm liking is these are older people. They're not going
Yes.
with young teenagers. I like that. That's nice to have an older, because these are, that's good. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, because Hollywood is ageist against older people.
This, of course, is the Doctor, and this is those you might get upset
Chief.
with me, but you have to understand that Charles Xavier was taken straight off this guy. This is where Charles Xavier came from, just so you know.
Yeah.
I like that.
And
Yeah.
it kind of looks like they went and found a guy that looks exactly like Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, well, he's a good actor. I do like him. But
Yeah, Timothy.
what do
Dalton.
you guys think about the
That was
the robot?
wasn't that James Bond? That was James Bond, wasn't it? Timothy Dalton. Yeah,
Timothy Dalton?
he was
yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he
James
was,
Bond.
Yeah. No, I think he's a good choice for the Doctor as well.
Yeah.
And the robot or Robot Man, sorry.
You think he was a good choice for James Bond too?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. And but he was not the first choice. They wanted Pierce Brosnan, but Denali explained that in a show not too long ago, actually.
Yeah.
What do you guys
Is
think
he
about-
looking for a heart? Is this
he
guy
might
needing
be.
a heart?
He might be. He says, "Hello,
Okay.
world," because I'm just random. Hey, okay. Oh yeah, I'm bored again. This guy's just bored. He's just bored. Okay.
He must be looking for brains.
Okay. Well, hey.
I can't believe you guys. I told you not to go out, but you deliberately went out and trick or treat when I was doing errands. Shame on you.
The senior citizen's butt isn't so bad. Now,
Oh,
I should
ouch.
stop picking on her. But the reason why I'm picking on her is because if you ever read Doom Patrol, which I have, you know she's supposed to be rather young instead of older lady. But hey, it's okay. I don't know what that is, but that has nothing to do with this. Thank you. More nothing to do. More nothing. What are you doing? What is this nonsense? Oh,
This
I
is
guess it does
before.
have something to do with it. Boy, now hold on a second.
Yeah, that's
This is related.
that's
But look at these
yeah.
pictures. Look at this, and
Is
then
this Robot Man?
look at that. No, no,
Well,
this they
yeah,
don't even. They're
Well,
not even the same
Brendan
film
Fraser is
quality.
Robot Man, and it should be
yeah,
like, I guess, his story before he became Robot Man or something. He was a
yeah,
race car driver.
But they
yeah.
seem
He got in an
unrelated,
accident.
dude. They seem unrelated.
Yeah,
It's because it's a bad show already.
But look how old he's gotten, dude. Look how old he's gotten. Damn, Brandon.
yeah.
Ah, bless his heart.
Yeah. Well, we all get old. You know, I
And
grade
then
up
this
myself.
negative man.
Negative man.
Oh,
Yeah, sure,
Negative
sure, sure.
Man. Right, right.
Yeah, I
That's
call him
Chester.
Invisible Man. Yeah, well, okay. Thank you. I'm Negative Man.
He has that that really receded hairline that Tom Hanks had in the Da Vinci Code. Oh,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Chester does?
Yes, Chester.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, I had
So
the
who's this girl?
I have the Bruce Willis I had the Bruce Willis Widow Peak the fade going on. It works really well. It's nice. I don't know
Cowboy.
who she is, but she's got that pouty sexy. I'm sexy pouty. I'm pouted. I'm a pouty.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
want everybody to think that the movie is good. Quiet your Dazzler saying.
That's Sky from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Is it? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's the same role. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Oh, look. No one would recognize that driving down the street. Hi, I'm a robot in the street. Let's go and do a PSA about don't do drugs, kids. Okay. He has a what is that? God damn it! Don't look at that. That's pornography.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's a giraffe. He's playing with his giraffe.
As I saw that. Yeah. Oh, a
Crazy
serious
Jane.
moment.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Nick, thanks.
Oh no. Oh no. Look at it. Look at it. That's a serious moment. It's a dramatic moment. Dun dun dun.
That's a lot of talking.
There's a lot of talking, dude. Did you? Yeah, we didn't see any action at all, did we? Not a
No.
single frame of action.
Yeah, look at all
Not
those word balloons with
any
all those
action.
words in
Nothing.
it. Booster doesn't
Nothing.
read all those words.
Nothing. There's not a single frame of action. Not one shot, dude. Oh, this might
Oh,
be
look
action.
right there.
There it is. There's
That
your
might be.
action. Oh, they're standing. Oh no, he's dry. Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
it.
this is horrible. Next. Let's see. We're getting up on. No, we got time for another one. Let's see. We talked about that. Let's talk about this one because this one over here, we do have Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese doing something. The Devil in the White City, but God, we know it's going to be boring because that's what they do. But this
Mhm.
right here, I actually enjoyed this comic. Did you guys read Jupiter's Legacy?
No, I haven't. To be
Looking
honest.
good though.
I liked it. Yeah, I
I haven't read it, but I have seen the artwork for it. It's very good.
And the story concept is a little different. Their origin and it's brother versus brother type of story. Yeah, I like this Jupiter's Legacy pretty well. And of course, it's from Mark Millar. And Netflix is announcing casts for the adaptation. Let's see who we
Yep.
got here. Anybody know any of these people? Anybody?
That's okay. I think maybe the guy in the upper right. I think I know him.
He kind of looks familiar, doesn't he?
Give me some new people. That's all right. That's cool.
I like the translucent beauty here down. I usually don't like blonde so much, but that's a beautiful woman right there.
There's some experience. There's some age and experience as well as some, youthful, exuberant people there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they look fine. Let's see here. The cast includes Josh Duhamel, Leslie Bibb, Matt Lanter, Ben Daniels, Elena Camporis, Andrew Horton, and Mike Wade. I have no clue, dude. I have no clue who you people are. But hey, good on you.
But they're the producer, though. The producer of Daredevil, so I can go along with that.
No, I'm happy. This is positive news, guys. I'm not knocking
Yeah.
this at all, dude.
Well, it's
love
This
even
girl is
the
this is the wife from Talladega Nights, isn't it? The Ricky Bobby's wife, in the top left.
Is it?
Yeah, you're
That
right.
might be,
Yeah, it
That's
is.
interesting.
Yeah, I've seen that movie like 6 times. Okay.
Okay. Well, I knock on Will Ferrell
Uh,
because I don't find him funny, but I like Talladega Nights. I thought that was a good
Matt
movie.
Lantern. Okay, so Matt Lantern did a couple shows, but I know him most from Star Wars: The Clone War. He played Anakin Skywalker. Was
The
his voice
dude,
for that?
this is the dude up in the right-hand corner.
Uh, bottom right corner.
This dude, the pretty boy. Okay. Yeah, this
Yeah.
dude in the upper right-hand corner. I don't recognize his name here. It's not jumping at me, but I know that face. I agree.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
So anyway, another thing I like about this is the fact that it is a new thing, right? Because we keep seeing shows coming out that we're familiar with, and they're changing them, they're making them wrong, they're woken them up, and whatever else. Here you've got something that's actually something I haven't seen before. It's a new concept, new idea, and you're going to present it to me. I'm going to give it a shot, and
Sure.
and what you give me is what I have to accept. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, I
Okay.
like the story. It's interesting. It's a little
All right.
different than our standard fare. So if they follow the comic story and they give us a good story, I think it'd be cool. I think I know who's going to be who just by looking at this, but I don't want to make assumptions. But I have a feeling the beauty down in the bottom there, she's probably going to be. We're going to see her a lot, and I'm assuming the young boy next to her will be her husband. I'm assuming those are the two that are together, and these two in the bottom are the ones going to see a lot because the
Uh,
story is focused on their point of view of what's happening amongst these jagoffs up here because they're doing a bunch
okay.
of dumb stuff.
So you're asking for the older guy on the top right corner? That's Ben Daniels. He he's a British actor. The last thing I remember was him playing the general in Star Wars Rogue One show. He's also
Okay.
in The Crown. He's also in The Crown. And he also played in Merlin. Those were also shows from that.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's where I recognize Merlin. Yeah, because I watched pretty much every episode of that. My kids
Mhm.
liked it. My family liked that for some reason. I thought it was okay, but it was family fun, so that's always good. Let me see
Yeah.
here. Well, I was looking at. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Valen says Josh Jamel is from Transformers and All My Children. Oh, okay, so soap actor. Yeah, the dude right up in the upper middle here. So what she's talking about, I do recognize
Oh,
his
okay,
face.
yeah, Transformers. There you
Yeah, I
go.
do recognize his face. He just getting a little gray there on the side. Boy, he could do Reed Richards, huh?
Yeah, he could.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's not that
Yeah,
bad an actor. Transformers are horrible, but his acting's not bad.
yeah, give me
Yeah.
some talented C-listers. People I haven't who they know what they're doing, but they're not exactly, out there in front. They're not popular because people that are like that can come up with some great works, and I bet you there's a great work like that coming out on the 14th as well.
There is, and we can roll into that real quick. Let's just finish this up real quick, and we'll let John take the lead on that. Yeah, no, I'm happy about this, man. This is good news, because I think the comic is good. If you haven't read Jupiter's Legacy, go check it out. It's actually fun. And since I know the story and assuming they're going to stick to it at least some, I kind of know who's who here. And like I said, these two down the bottom, the younger guy and this, that is a great headshot. She is stunning. But these two right here are going to be your main cast. We're going to be following them around, and these other ones are going to be doing stuff. So I hope it's good, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yep. All right, let's move on from that, and let's come over to John. Let me do this. Come back over here. All right, John, take it away and tell us a little bit about our project, which is launching on this Thursday on Valentine's Day.
It sure is. Yeah, this is the project right here. It's called Tales from Beyond the Gate,
Mhm.
and I'm not really good at leading things. The only thing I really am good at leading is a group of comic collaborators to make a fantastic product, and that's exactly what this is. We got all kinds of people. We kind of gleamed the drawn and quartered fan edition for all the best they had to offer, and we got all these great up and coming talents and compiled them all into one book. And the purpose of the book is to kind of give everybody a chance to showcase their skills, their talent, and provide them with a little bit of seed money to start their own projects. So a lot of these people are going to be coming out with their own intellectual properties shortly after this book launches. And it's so far. I mean, I've seen some of the artwork for it. People are constantly dropping in new artwork into the Dropbox for promotion, and all this stuff is stellar. And the stories are nothing to sneeze at either. They're pretty creepy.
Yeah, no,
So
I
I'm really
think
excited about this book.
yeah, oh, so am I. The I agree with everything you just said. The art, is of course the thing that brings you back, all right? But the art in this that we're seeing so far is really, really good, guys, and it's very high level. I mean, just look at that cover that Model 3 put together. I mean, look at that, dude. It is so
Yeah, this is a
killer.
Model 3 cover, and the actual the lettering, the logo was made by Willie Reed
Yeah, the
from
Willy
Art by
Mammoth
Reed.
himself. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
beautiful, dude. I love it. Um, and of course, we got a lot of people like Pixel's on now, and he's working on stuff, and yeah, it's just it's deep. I mean, what are we looking at? 20 people on this project, right?
Right, and I think we have some donation from Artie Bear, who's in the chat. So aloha, Art.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have the. This
Well,
is
no,
actually like the
no.
first
What
really
we have,
big. I'm
no,
sorry. Go ahead, Chester.
the pros that we have involved are
Mhm.
Mike Barron, James Hudnall,
Mhm.
Ethan Van Sciver, and John Malin. Those are the pros that
Oh,
are
okay.
involved, and those guys are
Oh, okay.
supporting us, and we thank them a lot. We're going to display their stories, of course, and we're going to put their bios and all their information, and we're really appreciative for them coming and helping us, trying to give spotlight on this talent because they all agree and see the talent that's going on over here, and they want to promote it. So that is very cool, and we can do nothing but just we are not worthy. We are not worthy. Thank you very much.
No problem. Misunderstood then. My fault.
Yeah, oh no, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Um,
collaboration on this though is pretty amazing. You said 20 people, but it's 20 people from across the spectrum. You've
Mhm.
got people, you get pro, like you said, pro writers and artists, and then there's some very accomplished artists, John, of course, and then Todd. These guys have been around; they've already been doing art. And then, like you said, from the fan edition, some people that haven't had any other artwork put out before,
Mhm.
and they are doing that now, as well as from the writing spectrum. Right, some people
That's
that have
true.
written before, published before, have written but not been published. Like even yours truly here. We get people hear us talk a lot, but we can also write a little bit, and those stories are going to be in there, and that's going to be just so fun to put something with so many wide portions of the spectrum across the independent comics, the Comicsgate thing that's going on here, all together, and showing where we're all can come together, create one artwork, and it is a huge piece of work as well. It keeps growing is too.
What's that up to?
Yeah, actually, last time
120,
I checked,
130 pages?
we were at 22 creators,
22.
and yeah,
Sweet.
over 120 plus pages.
Yeah, no, it's a big thing, and of course that book is coming at you at that's pretty standard price you see everybody else dropping their books for. So you're getting a lot of content. You're not getting a 40 some or a 50 or 60 some page thing. You're getting a full on nice graphic novel for that. And depending on how the project goes, certain stretch goals might even elaborate upon the quality of that book, I would say. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's and we're going to be launching, of course, on Valentine's Day. We're all going to spread ourselves around and go to as many channels as we can. But keep in mind that is a Thursday, so we're actually going to have our fan edition drawn and quartered. Of course, we're gonna follow the theme that the pros do as usual. But I think we are. I should talk about that actually. But
Yeah.
on the fan edition this week, we are of course having all the artists that are involved with Tales from Beyond the Gate for the launch. So that's going to be really cool, and they give you a good idea to see exactly who's doing what, and you can check out their art there. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, and one thing this also allows the reader to do, you get this book, and you have within it comparative analysis. We always like to do that between artists. Well, who does this good and who does that good? And by the way, I'm going to be looking at feet, and
Yes,
so
of course, that's true. Gotta pick on the feet. Yeah.
we're gonna. You'll be able to flip over 10 pages this way and 20 pages back that way, and you can say, oh, hey, see, this artist got this going on, this other artist has this style difference here and there, and you can tell within that book. So if you want to know of an artist that you want to pick out and like, or something of that, a book like this you can do that with.
That's true. And when you were talking about talent, it goes deeper than that. You got Manny, who has quite a Manny Carrera, a Good Dog Press. He has a lot of experience with sequentials, and he has a lot of knowledge to pass on with that, as does Todd. We also have Eric Weathers involved. I mean, this guy has lettered everything in the Comicscape books, and he's actually got a great story going on. We also have he's doing art here with the Wolf. We also have Kevin Pigeon Milk, just stunning artist, came out of nowhere, dude. I didn't even know about him. Then we started seeing his art. And it's like, oh my god, it's just
Argo Creations.
you got Bill, of course, Argos Creations, and
Bill,
he's
yeah.
a really good artist. And his style actually suits something. We're not even doing it yet, but Bill's style really suits doing fantasy, medieval setting things. And eventually, we're going to get to that with this book. Because keep in mind, Tales from Beyond the Gate is this time is horror, but it's not what everything is going to be in the future. We want this to continue to have opportunities for more and more people in the community. We're looking at doing fantasy. We're looking at doing sci-fi, noir, etc. We want to keep doing this as a place where all the creators inside the community can come together and showcase their talent. And where that's what the success of this is really going to help that move forward. And that's for me, it's a really big focus because this is a platform. Is what Tales from Beyond the Gate is, and it is a platform for all the people in the community. And as you've seen for the names we're mentioning, we have this is the first collaboration of Comicsgate, and it is awesome, dude. So I'm
Yeah, and the
just
thing is, we
excited.
already have. I think I already have 4 other people that had just barely missed the deadline. So when the next iteration of this comes out, which I believe is going to be Tales from Beyond the Gate, sci-fi.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
they're going to be in that because when think of as soon as people start to hear about this, they came out of everywhere trying to get into the book, and we included as many as we could in this round. But there is going to be more.
yeah. And of course, if the project goes on and it does really well, as we of course have our fingers crossed and hope you guys love it. But that will bring more people in as well. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great thing. We want you guys to support us, talk about it, get out there and understand. A lot of times over here, particularly on our channel, we talk about kind of singular creators most of the time. We talk to a team of a writer and an artist. Maybe there's a colorist involved, etc. But this project is something very different than anything we've talked about. This is a platform to showcase talent,
Oh, it's
and
nuts.
it is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and the funny thing is, if we weren't in this particular environment that has pushed so much of the creative comic book world out of what's going on in the mainstream comics, this would never been able to happen in normal situation. Imagine trying to do this in the 90s. It'd been
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
No way, right? So in
Like,
truth, we have to thank the progressives for their nonsense because it has allowed a project like this to happen, right?
right, yeah. I remember last year saying that that next year would be different. Next year's a lot of big things are going to happen, right?
Hmm.
Of course, one of those big things that is happening is the books that we backed last year are going to be coming out this year. We'll get them, and it'll draw up so much, excitement and everything. But I think this is one of those things as well. This is also something big. It is bringing in the community
Hmm.
and putting all the artists out there as well that we have that have coming up and rising through the ranks, artists and writers too.
Yeah. Oh, and I know John had mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. When we do launch the Indiegogo, we're going to have a story for free. Now, we're putting the story out in its base form because in the book we want it to be colored and finished and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to put it out just in its inks for the whole story, though. So you're going to be read the whole thing, and that's coming from our very own cat and her amazing art. So I'm really excited about that too, because a lot of projects you don't get that opportunity. Some do, but in this project, you're actually going to be able to read a whole story from the anthology and get an example of the art and writing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. She
yeah,
was on
and
live
yeah. Again,
stream.
it isn't going to be finished. It's not going to be finished. It's not going to be colored and all that stuff. But
No,
it is
no,
going to
and
be
it
there.
shouldn't be. I
The
don't think
story
it
will
should
be
be.
there. The art will be there, so you can enjoy that beforehand.
Mm. I think it's better that way because we don't. I mean, we'll certainly go to give some examples of coloring and finished pages and stuff, but really we want to save as much of that for the book as possible when it comes out. So most of the stuff we are going to show is of course inks and stuff like that, which is pretty much what everybody else does too. But there'll be a couple pages of colored pages, for sure. And of course, the cool thing about running a campaign is during the campaign we'll be dropping art and stuff as it goes on. So that's really cool. And another thing that's really handy is we have so many people who have experience with the Indiegogo that we can nibble on their ear and get some information out of them and help along the way. So yeah, it's cool, dude. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to say on that before we let Denali take us out of here, man? Nope. All right. So John, why don't you give your contact information and then we'll let Denali take us out.
All right, then. Well, you can find me on my channel called John Dillard Gaming the System, and yeah, I go live every day. I'll probably go live in about an hour after this. But yeah, go over to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook at John Dillard Gaming the System.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm
John, for
sorry.
joining
I
us.
apologize, but yes, make sure to go over to IndieCron and check out Tales from Beyond the Gate in the upcoming section over there, and make sure to look for this book on Indiegogo February 14th.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, IndieCron we mention every day. And of course, Pixel's part of this project, of course. And yeah, IndieCron is an incredibly helpful place, and yeah, I really love how it's expanding and stuff that's coming on that. So go check out IndieCron. The link's just down there below. And well, thank you all for coming. We really appreciate everyone being in here, all your opinions and stuff like that. And I see RT Bear has been in here, and sorry I didn't have a chance to shout out earlier, but hello, Art. Nice to see you, dude. And just keep in mind that we really, really, really want your feedback. We're not just saying that. We seriously want your feedback because this is fan speak, right? All our shows, even though we do various different things about them, they are fan speak. This is about the fans, right? So we want your opinions. If you guys want to come on the show, please do that. But go down in the comments and talk to us. Tell us what you think. Give us ideas of how to improve our shows or what you want to see, what content you might want. Right now, we're doing comics we like on our Sunday show, but maybe we can do something different with those. Give us ideas. Let us know what's going on. But beyond that, thank you very much. And Denali?
Although that Sunday show yesterday was pretty awesome. We actually were 2 hours long.
It was. Yeah.
So check it out if you haven't, and check it out if you have, because it's always worth having a second listen, and share it to your friends. Always, please hit that like, share, and subscribe if you haven't, because that will help us grow this community, and we'll reach out more people and be able to get more guests on, and make better stuff and cooler stuff in the future. Join us tomorrow for Bugs Bear Basement. I'm not sure what the guys are going to do, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be another simulated tabletop game at 8 p.m. Eastern. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
Good
All right.
time.
Let's
Good
say.
time. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Later.
Aloha.